Hi, I'm Jediah, uh, also known as Shirley Wade, and I have had uh, an organization, um, Alliance Warring for Tigers Only, for many, many years, um, and it's for judges that have um, been against um, all the injustice that I've been through. It's for black judges, that is, black judges that are for the injustice that I have been through, and it's our phone number, Alliance War for Tigers Only, um, that I started. It's called the phone number is 305-337-9770. Please give me a call. I need to speak to you expeditiously, and you know, I have had over 10 unlawful arrests, arrested for no reason at all. I'm a Christian woman. I have worked with the Pregnancy Resource Center and shelters for pregnant women and children. And I've worked with a lot of organizations like these, the help centers that help women and children. I'm also licensed to help parents get their children back out the system who have lost their children in the system unlawfully. And I'm also, licensed to help parents with their adoption rights. And it's really an injustice to me because in the midst of this, I have helped so many people, and I have a lot of clients that I should be, helping. And it's for free. That I help them with no charge. But my woman named Megan Thomas from Dallas, Texas, actually put me through this, having me being arrested for no reason at all. And I have a couple of family members. I really don't call them family anymore, but they were abusive to me growing up, and then they were abusive to my son, Titus Jaden Wade, and they wanted to put him in the system for no reason at all. And I had fought for him 3 times, getting him out the system. And I got him out. And I was a part of the Potter's House play when they took him about 10 years ago. And it was Christmas weekend that they put him in the system for no reason at all. There was a snake in our kitchen. We were in a housing program called Interfaith Housing Program. And one of the co-workers there told me, well, T.D. Jakes doesn't do a thing for the women in our organization. When I was telling her we were in a play there, and she was talking real, against the Potter's House. And I said, well, look, I said, after I saw. I said, well, it's probably because of the way, you do the women in this in this housing program. The reason why TD Jakes is not helping, because when there was a snake in our kitchen, I called the police. The police said, "Oh no, I'm not going to go in because." He was acting all afraid of a snake, which I thought was ridiculous. Okay, you got a gun, you can shoot a snake, whatever. But anyway, he said you have to call animal control. So we did that. We called animal control, but I ended up just leaving the house because I didn't want my child in there. We went to the hospital. When I got to the hospital took my son for me Christmas weekend, knowing that there was nothing wrong with me or anything, but I had already had family members, a couple of relatives of mine. I don't even call them family, but a couple of relatives of mine, and I don't even call them that really. But they wanted to put my child in a system because of what their child go through. Their child was already in the system. Shirley Gordon son was killed because he was in gang violence and dealing, and stuff like that out there in the world. Well, she didn't want him to come to church with us. We had got him to church and he had given his life to Christ. She threw a fit. She wanted him to go back out there in the streets to give him her drug money and all that kind of stuff, and to put them ugly lamps in her house or whatever. But anyway, to make a long story short, after he got killed out there, she called state and tried to get my son taken from me, and she told them state that lies about me, and I was already working for state, and they said, well, we're not going to put your child in a system because it's very prevalent that they call on us, people that work for the system. At the time, her granddaughter had been molested and by her father, and and things like that. A lot going on, and I really wanted to help Jasmine, but it was just really, really sad, what they went through, but. I said, basically, her life was a mess, and she messed her kids up, and she wanted to see, and she lost her son, and she wanted me not to have a son. My baby was actually a newborn at the time. So I'm also a victim of domestic violence. His father tried to... He put his hands on me because I would not marry him. And I got a restraining order. And because I was going through all of that, I fled the state and moved out of town. And we moved to Atlanta, Georgia first, really did well there. But then the Lord told me to move to be a part of the ministry in a Potter's house, and I joined the drama and arts ministry there. And it was, unfortunate that my mom did not stick by me when I was molested by my father. She stuck by him and took me through a lot of abuse, a lot of physical and verbal abuse growing up. And the family told her that, we don't want you talking to Cherry, that was my childhood nickname. In church, they called me Cherry Bomb because I was a Christian rapper, and in a rap group called Winfrey. And but she, my grandmother and my aunts told her, we don't want you talking to Cherry because you're verbally abusive to her, and you're taking her through too much, and so I was diagnosed with manic depression, and things like that. Back then I was only 15 years old, but my father had been molesting me since I was 3 years old. And the saddest thing about this is when my aunt Shirley Gordon, and Diane Powell too, because Diane had hysterectomy and she couldn't have any children, so she was with Shirley on it. And I also had family violence for them, where they jumped on me for no reason at all. And also my sister Melody Wade jumped on me for no reason at all. But ironically, when Shirley Gordon took my son through this, and with Megan Thomas, my mother had threatened me and told me, a lot of things, just being very, very verbally abusive. And but she told me that when I got out of jail, she told me that she wasn't going to give me my son's phone number. And she said the reason why she wasn't going to give me my son's phone number was because she said, I'm not going to give you his phone number. I'm not going to let you talk to him because you told the family that I made you uncomfortable back when you was 15 years old. Now, right now, I am almost 50 years old. My birthday is next month, June the 3rd. I was born June 3rd, 1972. And my son Titus, he was born 4/4/06. It's just really sad that she took me through this. Well, it's really sad that they got with Megan Thomas, and she actually told me, my mother told me, she said, so I'm going to tell people that Titus is uncomfortable around you. And we've been telling people that Titus is uncomfortable around you and we're going to ruin you and all this kind of stuff. So, and I just thought that was so sick, And so whenever she would call my phone, I would not even answer my phone. I wouldn't even listen to the messages. On Christmas, she was blowing my phone up. I wouldn't even listen to the messages. And this past Christmas, in fact. So, and just all the time, I can't even listen to her because, she's just so abusive. And she's always telling me, you lied on your father, you lied on your father. Well, she caught him in the act, actually, one time. And, it just makes no sense. He ran in the closet and tried to get up in the attic when she caught him, because he used to come into my room at night and touch me at night and things like that. But my siblings, Melody Wade and Darrell Wade, and Harmony Wade, sticks by my mom in this. And they are also not letting me, they are also been basically taking me and my son through a lot. And so to make a long story short, when they took my sister, my baby and the sister for the last time, I just, I was devastated. But with, all these unlawful arrests, over 10 unlawful arrests that they had given me, they have put me in fellowship house program, and they told me that I had to excuse me. They told me that I had to basically be in this program for 3 years at first. Then somebody else told me that I had to be in it for 5 years, which I thought was so ridiculous, And I've been in this program for a whole year, and now, I had gotten threats that if I don't go to the program every day, that there will be a warrant for my arrest. And and so, which is, it's already unlawful for me to even be in the program. A woman of my caliber should never have to go in a program where criminals are. They put me in all these houses where people were really criminal, people that have shot people, that have been on drugs, dealing with drugs, dealing in the drug world. They had no business putting me with drug people that do witchcraft. From the Blue House that was over there in Cutler Bay, they put me in a house where the house was ran by Haitians and things like that, knowing that I had already complained about them doing the witchcraft over there and exposed Leslie and things like that. Now I'm in a domestic violence shelter. It's called the Empowerment Center. And, the address is 25005 Southwest 133rd Street. It's, the zip code is 032. And it's really sad, and so in this pandemic, they put me through a lot, and I just really can't take it anymore. I need your help, and so please call me as soon as possible.